Operation Get to the Bag. You coming or not? Let's get to it. Generational Wealth 101. Everyone's talking about it, but how do you actually do it? You ever heard the saying, own nothing but control everything? What does that mean? In simply, in simple terms, privacy. The most wealthiest families are not on the Forbes list 100, 500, whatever it might be. You can't Google their names because guess what? They have what's called privacy. That means no one's looking into their business or no one's has success in looking to their business. So what that means for them is they can run up the bag as much as they can or as much as they want to. Legally, of course. Of course. So how would you want to do this for you and your family? Simply put, I know a lot of you, when I just said the word family, have ran away. You've scrolled away by now. But if you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go long, go together. So what does that mean? That means you and your family, your wife, your husband, your children, your brother, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your friends, your uncles, whoever it might be, you need to get together and create a family plan to create wealth for one another. Here's just a simple example of what some people may do if they want to create wealth for themselves because they work for other people like the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Vanderbilts, Walt Disney, and the Kroc family. Okay, so here's what you do: you create what's called a trust, preferably an irrevocable trust, and more preferably an irrevocable common law express trust. Okay, so in that trust, what you want the trust to do is you want the trust to eventually own what's called assets. Okay, in the trust owning assets, what this is going to do is it's going to create what's called a trust fund for the trust. The assets that the trust owns are going to fund the trust for the beneficiaries. Okay, the beneficiaries are going to be who the assets or the money that the trust is under control of are going to go to or who they're for. Then you're going to set up what's called a trustee. Okay, the trustee is the one who gets the bag for the trust. Simple put, the one who gets the money for the trust, when it comes to the business ideas for the trust. This is who is the operational manager for the trust for the purpose of the beneficiary. Okay, so what this is doing is it's creating a shield of protection for your family. Here are the number two biggest killers of financial freedom and financial wealth in America. They are called inflation and taxation. Okay? Now, when you have the right corporate structure or right private corporate structure set up, what you're doing is you're, in a sense, eliminating inflation and taxation. Why? Inflation sits at 2.5%. That means that when you go to the grocery store, the reason why eggs go up is because of inflation. The reason why the cost of homes go up is because of inflation. The reason why whatever happens and whatever's going up is because of inflation. So what happens when inflation goes up? The people who own the assets are getting rich, and the people who don't own the assets are getting more poor. Okay? So once you begin to control assets, that means you can start beating inflation. Now, inflation is sitting around 2.5% on average. Okay? Now, it might be different in your state or from the time I'm making this video, it might change. Okay? But right now, it's sitting around 2.5%. Okay? So you need an asset that can beat 2.5% year by year, year by year, continually for perpetual for perpetuity. Okay, and once you find that asset, whether it's cash value producing life insurance or real estate or stocks, or you want to do content creation, whatever it might be, once you find the asset that can beat this, you put it in the trust. Step number one. Number two, taxation. Okay, what taxation is doing? Taxation is taken away from anywhere from around, if you're a business owner and you're lucky, I said it, the corporate structure probably around maybe around 5% all the way down there to about 30, 50%, sometimes 60%. Okay, so all that money ranges from about 5 to about 60% can be taken away from you due to taxation. Now, if you just have a regular corporate structure set up, that means you have the opportunity to have all this money taken away from you. Now, that's using your LLCs and a couple other different corporate structures, okay? if it's not set up correctly. Now, what the trust is doing, as I said in the beginning, is it's keeping away to the best of its ability, prying eyes from seeing what the assets are inside of this trust, especially, say it with me, if it's a common law express trust. Okay. Now, so once you have the assets inside of here, you have the ability to get rid of taxation or at least mitigate it. Okay. Because a trust has very, very strategic and tax advantage strategies that can be implemented when you have a trust. So potentially eliminating this tax burden from all the assets that you would have had to pay if you're doing it on the personal side or if you're doing it with a regular corporate structure setup. Okay, so that life insurance, cash value producing life insurance, that trading that you're doing, that real estate that you're doing, whatever you're doing, you want to put it inside the trust because it's eliminating this and this inflation and taxation. Okay, now as I said in the beginning, if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but you want to go long, go together. Now, it's just you doing this by yourself, but what you want to do, you want to create generational wealth. So you're not going to do it by yourself, you're going to do it with your family. So each member of your family, hear me out, is going to open up a trust. In the trust that they open up, they're going to fund the trust with an asset that they own. If you do not have an asset, you don't have no business ideas, get some cash value producing life insurance. I don't know how simple as I can say it. Okay? Get some cash value producing life insurance that is going to give you a typical return of 8 to 15%, beating inflation, but also putting cash back inside the trust, funding the trust. Each member of the family is going to own an asset, own the trust, and when something happens and your guys' family needs something, what you do is you use your own bank, i.e., the trust, and the assets that you guys have to fund whatever investment strategies that you guys want to do together. Okay, so let's say little Timmy is, let's say, 6 years old. The patriarchs or matriarchs of the family want little Timmy to become an engineer. And little Timmy become an engineer, they don't want to go the regular route, which most people are going to, which is going to create more bad debt, but they want to create good debt. So what they do is they take their trust, they can either take the assets that are inside the trust and just take the money out as a withdrawal and pay for whatever they want Timmy to do in the next 10 years, or they can be smart about this and they can take the assets and take out a collateral loan against it. So the reason why you do that is because you want your money to keep working for you. You don't want to take out withdrawal against it. You want the money to keep compounding. What you do is you take out a collateral loan against it to fund little Timmy's dreams whenever they come up. That's your pre-planning for when it comes. And that's the next part about being a generational wealthy family. You have to pre-plan what you want to actually accomplish for you and your family. It's not, oh, the bills are here, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do that. No. As a family, you guys plan before the time comes. It's time that we start using our brains a little bit more and start planning in the future of what we want to become. To get generational wealth, it's not a lottery ticket. It's a mentality that you and your family have to eventually start moving into. When you start having the mind of a trustee, the air that you breathe is different. The way that you talk is different. The way that you communicate with others is different. The type of business that you guys get into is different. So, this is Generational Wealth 101. Thanks for joining me in class. Take care.